friends, it's Miss Tamra. I wanted to talk today about our hornworms and how they're growing. So before, I wanted to talk about our little book. So remember, we read this book about the very hungry caterpillar. And he starts out really tiny, like an egg, and then he's little, and then he eats and 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 he eats a whole bunch, a lot. And he gets really fat. He gets really big, right? And then, this type of caterpillar is called a larva. That's what a caterpillar is. It's a larva. And then he gets like this, like a cocoon, and that's called a pupa. Pupa. And then he turns into a butterfly. So our hornworms do the same thing. Our hornworms, look at this, they look like that. That's a larva. And they eat and they eat and they eat and they get bigger and bigger. And then they turn into a pupa. They change into a pupa. And they sit very still. So when they go from a larva to a pupa, from a caterpillar to the little brown thing, they get very still and they don't move. And then they turn into a moth, a big moth. So earlier, they were running around and eating. Remember, we showed pictures of that? And they were eating tomatoes and bell peppers and dandelion greens. And I gave them some kale from the garden and some banana peel. And today when I looked in their little house, I couldn't see them. I couldn't see them anywhere. And I looked, and so I think they're down in these wood chips. See, they're not eating their banana peel and they're not eating their kale. And I know they like those. So I think they're down in their wood chips, growing their pupa, changing. Yeah, growing a little cocoon around themselves, getting all wrapped up. So they're down in the wood chips, being very quiet and not eating and not moving. So I'm going to let them set. I'm going to let them be, and we will check on them in a few more days, okay? I wonder what they're going to look like. I wonder if we can see them. We'll have to see. We'll see if we can see them being a pupa, or if they're still a larva, or if they're a butterfly. All right, we'll check again. Okay, bye, friends.